45 minutes. It really was a masterclass in just how good this Barca side are. Leading by 3-1 in terms of the night, 4-1 on aggregate. And there was a bit of a slice of history as well in the opening 45 minutes. Of course, 2 goals from Rafinha, 1 from Lamine Yamal. Beautiful goal from Lamine Yamal as well. But Lamine Yamal became the youngest ever player to score and assist in a Champions League knockout game. And Otamendi with Benfica's goal to make it 1 apiece as it was on 13 minutes. This is the 3rd oldest player to score in a Champions League knockout game. But in terms of Barcelona, I mean, they're absolutely cruising here towards the quarter-finals of the tournament. There was a moment, I think, after Otamendi's goal when you thought possibly there was a chance for Benfica to cause a bit of an upset, but Barcelona just steamrolled them in terms of their attacking quality. Scored 3, really could have scored 4 or 5, and no doubt will be hungry for more in the second half. So it is Barcelona 3, Benfica 1 the score, and you wonder from Benfica's perspective how they can just still believe in this, how they can conjure enough energy to believe that a miracle is possible. That is what it would take at this stage, to score 3 goals without reply, to go level 4-4 in the tie. It would take something truly special, wouldn't it? Plenty of big games in the Champions League later on tonight, of course, with Liverpool home against Paris Saint-Germain after Saint-Germain was so unlucky in that first leg. As Barcelona have the ball through Pedri, 25 yards from goal, feeds it towards Rafinha. Rafinha on the left-hand side. Rafinha twisting and turning. Rafinha looked to go on the outside. Cuts back inside, does the Brazilian Rafinha. The ball is out of play. We'll throw in for Barcelona on the left-hand side. And Barcelona are in possession on that left-hand side with Rafinha, and it's gathered now by Benfica, and they nudge it down the line. Which also, in terms of the other games being played tonight, by Leverkusen need an absolute miracle, you feel, at home against Bayern Munich, trailing as they do by 3-0 from that first leg. And also Inter are 2 goals to the good against Feyenoord, so you expect Bayern Munich and Inter Milan to come through that. Rafinha feeds it in towards Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski couldn't quite gather the ball, and there's actually a free kick bit of movement now for Barcelona on that left-hand side, and a free kick is awarded, and it's a free kick in a pretty promising position. It's just to the left of centre. Rafinha was tripped, so Rafinha will dust himself off, and Barcelona have an opportunity from the left-hand side as Antonio Silva goes into the referee's notebooks. A free kick for Barcelona, 3-1 up on the night, 4-1 up in the tie, and just cross hands in Flick's mind, you know, with that big game against Atletico Madrid in La Liga in terms of the title race at the weekend. I wonder if he'll play 15 minutes here and then make changes. Free kick then for Barcelona. Rafinha visits into a very good area. Lewandowski was there towards the back post. It goes in the end, and it was into the side netting, but certainly Barcelona asking the questions. It was Lewandowski who was the intended target, I think, inside the confines of the penalty area, and Robert Lewandowski just nudged it on, and towards the back post it went. In the end, into the side netting, so Benfica do come away with the ball, and it is an opportunity once again for Barcelona. Benfica will now have an opportunity inside the penalty area across the face of goal. Really good chance here for Benfica, and they got themselves a goal, but the flag's up, won't count. Well, just for a split second, Benfica thought they had made it 3-2 on the night, 4-2 on aggregate, but he's clearly offside in the end, and when, well, I mean, it's clearly offside. Pavlidis, we're just seeing it. Pavlidis will be on the last line, and Pavlidis penalised, and so Barcelona do indeed have the capacity now to bring it out from the back. And De Jong goes to his left-hand side, and Barcelona patient in possession indeed. And so it is going to be gathered now by Barcelona once again, and Rafinha tried to put the ball forwards on the halfway line, couldn't quite do so. Benfica have regathered possession, and it is now an opportunity for Benfica to come forwards once again. But just, I think there's a lack of belief in this Benfica side. I completely understand why. I mean, been very impressive actually away from home in the Champions League this season, but when you come up against a Barcelona side like this, as Robert Lewandowski does gather, Robert Lewandowski to Pedri, Pedri to Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski on the left-hand side, deep inside his own half, in fact, and there will be an opportunity now for Barcelona to mop up inside their own penalty area. They do just that, and it's pretty cute, neat and tidy. And Araujo, the Uruguayan, strides out from the back, and Araujo slides it into midfield and finds Lamine Yamal. He looked at Dani Olmo, couldn't quite find Robert Lewandowski with the touch inside. It's the role of Dani Olmo, Barcelona without for the first half of the season. And there's no question that he's a player with bags of quality and ability, and they're absolutely delighted to have him back, because it just ties those two wingers, Lewandowski, together so well. Interesting as well, just in and around Barcelona Football Club, talking about potential replacements for Robert Lewandowski. That's the next big conversation, because I think when they know they've got Lamine Yamal, who's going to be great for years to come, Dani Olmo as well, of course, and Rafinha, both in their kind of mid to late 20s. So there's a real belief that those three will form the attacking lineup for Barcelona for years to come, especially when you look at the age of Pedri and Alejandro Balde as well, and De Jong as well. So the opportunity to keep this side together is really key, but the question of who to replace Robert Lewandowski with is a really interesting one for Barcelona. The usual names, of course, have been touted. Victor Osimhen, currently playing his trade out in Turkey, Galatasaray, but one name that will actually intrigue, I think, fans of the Premier League is Alexander Isak. Has been very heavily linked to Barcelona, certainly local Barcelona media in recent weeks, as Benfinca have the ball 25 yards from goal. We're looking for an opportunity down that right-hand side of Barcelona. This opportunity for the Catalans at present. Dani Olmo now by the halfway line. Dani Olmo trying to feed it through towards Lewandowski. Picked up now by Lewandowski once again. Rafinha's in support on the left-hand side. Rafinha now just tried to flick the ball back to Pedri. Didn't quite come off. A little bit casual. I'm not sure Hansi Flick will like that. In fact, Hansi Flick's right on the edge of his technical area, telling Rafinha exactly what he thought about that. But just to go back to Alexander Isak, the suggestion is, I mean, outside the club, certainly the feeling is that there's no money for Barcelona to buy Isak, to spend the 150 million at Newcastle and probably sell him for. But within the club, there are one or two murmurings that the money could be found from somewhere. Very interesting indeed to see how that one pans out. So Pedri gathers inside the centre circle, finds Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo now left and right. Dani Olmo slides it through on the right hand side, and here come Barcelona once more. Lamine Yamal with the effort of goal. You can see exactly what he's trying to do, Lamine Yamal, but it is over the crossbar in the end. And so Barcelona are in possession once again. Bit of a procession this, isn't it, for Barcelona in terms of how they're playing. And it is Barcelona on the left hand side now with Rafinha. Rafinha's ball to the top of the D. He was trying to find Robert Lewandowski, couldn't quite find Robert Lewandowski. Benfica will smash it out of play for a throw in to Barcelona, and the pace of the game not quite the same in the second period. I mean, you completely understand why from a kind of human perspective, just the fact that Barcelona know they've won the time, but I don't think they truly believe that they can score 3 goals here. So that is very much reflecting what we've seen in terms of the second half so far, in terms of the pace and tempo of things. So Barcelona are in possession on the left-hand side with Alejandro Balde. And Alejandro Balde cuts inside towards Pedri. Pedri's absolutely dominated the game tonight inside the centre circle. I mean, real quality football. It goes to his right-hand side now. Barcelona forward towards Kunde. Has the option of Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side. Lamine Yamal just rolls his studs over the ball and finds Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo now has the option to go to his right-hand side once again. And it's now gathered again by De Jong. De Jong just trying to feed his way through on the right hand side, can't quite do so. Lamine Yamal was looking to pick out Robert Lewandowski, couldn't quite find the pass for the big Polish striker, and Benfica will bring the ball away on that left hand side. But as I mentioned, ball retention has been very poor this evening as Benfica. Yes, Barcelona have been fabulous. Yes, Lamine Yamal's goal is very special. Yes, it's difficult to deal with Rafinha and Lewandowski, but nonetheless haven't really done their own job in the game so far, have they? Pedri does gather. Pedri 35 yards from goal. Goes to De Jong, and De Jong keeps it moving and finds on the left-hand side Alejandro Balde. And Alejandro Balde does gather. Alejandro Balde just rolls his studs over the ball and goes back inside. Now Barcelona are in possession once again, gathered by Rafinha. Rafinha just beats it inside intelligently towards Pedri looking for Alejandro Val. They can't quite do so, and Benfica stab the ball out of play for a throw in. So Renato Sanchez and Amdouni are going to come on now for Benfica. And it's a difficult one really when you're in this kind of position, because you don't really want to be humiliated. You don't want Barcelona to score 4, 5, 6, which they're more than capable, I think, of doing. But equally, they have to give this a go. I mean, they just have to give this a go, Benfica, because one goal does change the complexion of things slightly. They still would need a miracle, but now in a beautiful game. Here is Pedri just outside the penalty area. Benfica now will try and bring the ball away. Pedri's back there biting in. And it is gathered on that left-hand side by Barcelona. And De Jong feeds it back in field. Szczesny's going to get a touch on the ball now. Szczesny with the ball for Barcelona. Barcelona's popping the ball around, all 5-a-side game in and around their own 6-yard box, and now it's swept out to the right-hand side of Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal feeding it infield towards De Jong. And De Jong now going past 1 and 2, and Barcelona are absolutely purring, got options left and right. One of those options is Rafinha, who's on a hat-trick. Rafinha across the face of goal, and he can't quite find Robert Lewandowski inside the penalty area. Couldn't find the option as well of De Jong. So it is just gonna, it does just, I should say, slide out of play for a goal kick for Benfica. Benfica have the ball then on the left-hand side, and the problem is, I think, with this Benfica side, it's just an inability to really connect the dots up front. It's been really difficult in terms of the ability for Pavlidis to hold the ball up at all or create anything really in the game. Just got others close enough to him. And Barcelona, imagine at some point that game on Sunday against Atletico Madrid looming. I imagine Hansi Flick's going to get to 65, 70 minutes here, and I think then you'll see him haul off Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, be confident of seeing this through, but we await to see. It is Barcelona coming forwards again, and Alejandro Balde goes inside. The chance now for Barcelona once again inside the penalty area. Goalkeeper came out smothered. 58 minutes on the clock. Barcelona 3, Benfica 1, and a very, very important and impressive goal indeed for it is Barcelona who are purring in the game. Barcelona who are certainly played all the football, had the chances. Actually, just apart from their 3 goals, but a bit of a masterclass really. And Pedri gathers the ball once again. I tell you what, for a young man, Pedri can sure dominate a game of football, because he's seen so much of the ball. Everything good has gone through him in the centre circle. It's so difficult because, of course, you can make comparisons to the great players of not too distant old, really. In a Barcelona shirt, you would arrest Iniestas, your Xavis, your Busquets even, but Pedri's a combination, really. I mean, there's something undeniably Xavi-esque about the way he plays. I think I have the ball just over halfway. Barcelona, though, in cruise control, and everyone behind the ball. Szczesny's going to get there first. Szczesny does easily gather, the former Arsenal man. And the flag was up anyway. From Arsenal to Roma in Italy, then at Coach Spell at Juventus before being signed by Barcelona. It's an opportunity now for Barcelona on that left-hand side, and Pedri once again does gather, and Pedri goes back inside, and Barcelona retaining the ball once again, retaining the ball really well on that left hand side. So it is Barcelona again and Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo does gather, and it is collected once again by Barcelona at the back, and Barcelona just playing with a different kind of tempo, I think, in terms of the manner in which they've set out in the second half, because they're just so aware of what they're doing is just managing the game. They know that what they can do here is just make sure they can just manage this game, see it out. I mentioned the fact that they have that game against Atletico Madrid in what is a very tight La Liga title race. It might just dictate things slightly in terms of the second half and just how it pans out, and how confident Hansi Flick is that this is done and dusted. Benfica with the ball inside the centre circle. Benfica had the ball inside the centre circle. They would come once again. Barcelona, their bodies back there, and Dani Olmo is there, and so too Frankie de Jong. And de Jong needs a bit of support now. Does Dani Olmo, who gathers. Dani Olmo goes back inside towards one of the best players on the pitch, Alejandro Balde. Now Balde and Barcelona are in absolute cruise control. This is a masterclass of Barcelona, ball retention, controlling a game. Dani Olmo goes round the corner for Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal now wants it back on the halfway line and gets it back to Lamine Yamal, keeps it alive, and Barcelona will come once again. And Alejandro Balde just cuts infield, and Alejandro Balde going inside, and it is gathered now by Barcelona on that left-hand side. They do collect it now in the form of Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski goes down the line. There's going to be a free kick. Well, Barcelona wanted a free kick. Dani Olmo saying he is an innocent man. It wasn't a dive, it was just a dangling leg from Antonio Silva, who's on the yellow card. Referee said no free kick, and so it is Barcelona who have conceded a free kick now right by the touchline. And a free kick has been awarded, and a free kick given to Benfica. Gathered now on the right hand side once again. By Benfica, but the game just got a different energy to it now. The entire second half has really, because Barcelona and Benfica know, I think this game is done and dusted. Benfica searching for a miracle inside the penalty area on that right hand side, but towards the edge of the penalty area now, taking the gather for Barcelona. For about the 50th time today, Petri took it up on the loose ball. Dani Olmo now needs a bit of support, can't quite find it. Dani Olmo props it out of play for a Benfica throw on that right hand side. And Benfica nick the ball back around about the centre circle. Just joining us, it is Barcelona 3, Benfica 1. An early goal from Rafinha after a lovely assist from Lamine Yamal. It was cancelled out around about 90 seconds after that by Otamendi with a header. This is a free kick for Barcelona here, and a chance to clear the lines. Then Lamine Yamal scored an absolute cracker.
Mental Martin Surabayo says.
The right hand side, he's opened up his body, left foot and curled the ball to the back of the net. It was something really, really special. And Rafinha then scored to make it 3-1 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate just prior to half-time, and that really did wrap things up as a contest. Lovely touch inside from Rafinha, and now Dani Olmo and Barcelona are steaming forwards. An opportunity now for Barcelona once again. Rafinha's the option on the left hand side, then it goes to Lamine Yamal, who flicks it intelligently, and now it could be stabbed in, and Rafinha was on for a hat-trick. The ball's gone wide of the post, and I tell you what, Rafinha won't be happy at all, because the ball was on an absolute plate. Should have been 4-1 on the night, 5-1 the tie, and somehow Rafinha's been robbed of a hat-trick there. It was a lovely little touch inside by Rafinha initially, and then forward came de Jong. And when the ball was played forward towards Rafinha, who probably would have been offside, de Jong slid in and studded the ball wide of the uprights, and Barcelona are still seeking their 4th goal of the game. I'm sure if they got a ball and make wholesale changes. He's obviously just nervous enough in terms of the possibility of a miracle that he's keeping on Rafinha, Robert Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal. I mean, Robert Lewandowski would be the obvious one to take off at 36-year-old ahead of that game against Real Madrid. Here's a chance out of Benfica inside the penalty area. Really good opportunity for Benfica, but Szczesny makes what is a comfortable save in the end. The strike was just straight at him. So it is an opportunity for Barcelona now. The ball in the hands of Szczesny. Barcelona 3, Benfica 1. In possession is De Jong. De Jong rides one challenge, flicks it towards Rafinha. Rafinha's turn, and Dani Olmo now with the touch, and Benfica desperately trying to make things happen, but Barcelona too strong defensively as well. It's difficult, I think, in these kind of situations. Robert Lewandowski now, pass one. Robert Lewandowski just tried to poke it forward towards Pedri. Did it strike the arm of Pedri? Referee says no. So it is fizz forwards for Benfica once again inside the penalty area, and Benfica now with the cut back, and it was Snasu tried to make things happen on the right hand side, just hasn't happened there. Now Barcelona and Pedri will come away with the ball. Pedri goes through the middle towards Rafinha. Rafinha with a touch to the left hand side, and Barcelona got 4 forwards in this attack, one of which is Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo just feeds it inside towards Pedri, and there's a little bit of a lack of urgency now for Barcelona. I think they know they really don't need this 4th goal, and there's a little game of 5-a-side going on here as Barcelona wait for 1 or 2 just to recoup and gather the ball once again, and Pedri has the ball inside the centre circle, rolls the studs over the ball. Masterclass from Pedri tonight in a Barcelona shirt. Pedri once again opens up his body, got options left and right, finds the run of Rafinha. Rafinha's 30 yards from goal. Rafinha's to Lewandowski. Lewandowski has Lamine Yamal to his right hand side, finds now the 17. Lamine Yamal gathers the ball and goes back inside. And now Barcelona in possession once again, and they do now gather it inside the centre circle. They do take custody of the ball once again. It's collected now just outside the penalty area on that right hand side by Araujo into Pedri, and Pedri to Lamine Yamal. The Olays are coming out from the Barcelona fans here. They're enjoying their night. It is gathered now by Dani Olmo. Now De Jong. It's too easy this for Barcelona. Touch inside from Rafinha. It's 1 touch, it's 2 touches. Perfect Barcelona football. Here is Alejandro Balde, the young left back. Alejandro Balde wanted to go inside, gives the ball away in the end. The first time in the game he's actually done that, Alejandro Balde. And now Barcelona do win it back, but outside the margins of legality as Araujo is penalised. So big games, of course, big games in the Champions League this week. Barcelona will face the winner Borussia Dortmund against Lille, which is taking place tomorrow night. 4 games tomorrow night. Lille at home against Borussia Dortmund, 1-1 from the first leg, and then Arsenal home against PSV, Villa home against Club Brugge, and Madrid against Real Madrid, possibly the pick of the ties. So it is now Barcelona who made changes, and Robert Lewandowski is coming off, and Torres is on. Well, Ferran Torres is on the field of play. 25-year-old. It's understandable, I think. Robert Lewandowski, I mean, he's still obviously got all the tools to Lewandowski. He's good 21 goals in 25 games this season. Still, the finishing is absolutely there. But given his age, 36 years of age, turns 37 in August. It's understandable that he would be substituted at this stage ahead of that game against Atletico Madrid. Lamine Yamal rides one challenge inside his own half, and he tries to feed it forward towards Rafinha, couldn't quite do so. And Benfica are back in possession. They have the ball now inside the penalty area, and the cut back didn't quite come off, and the flag has gone up again against this Benfica side. And I tell you what, they've been so sloppy, so sloppy going forwards, this Benfica side, because just in terms of the quality they've got, just haven't read the line very well at all. Credit to Barcelona for maintaining a consistent high line, but Benfica will be bitterly disappointed, I think, at just how they've participated in things. And it is now going to be an opportunity for Barcelona, who have the ball on that left-hand side, and Alejandro Balde. And Alejandro Balde just raised his right arm to apologise, because he felt as though possibly he could have played the ball forward with a little bit more haste. It is Barcelona who are in possession inside their own half. Pedri, the 21-year-old, puts it back inside. It's just been cruise control this entire second period. Absolute cruise control, no doubt about that whatsoever in the game. And Barcelona have the ball now through Rafinha. Rafinha tries to zip it towards Robert Lewandowski towards the edge of the penalty area, and now it will be a free kick actually for Barcelona, as Otamendi is penalised just outside the penalty area, and it is meant to be opportunity for Barcelona. A set piece here, set piece in a half decent position. So it is going to be a free kick, which Torres is over. Barcelona 3, Benfica 1 as a score. 73 minutes on the clock. Opportunity now for Benfica for the strike in a goal, and Barcelona, I should say. Ferran Torres is there. Benfica's wall is a 4-man wall. There's a 2-man Barcelona wall right in front of it. Rafinha's also there, on the hat-trick. Will it be Rafinha or Ferran Torres? It might be Ferran Torres to strike it. It's a poor one over the crossbar. I bet Rafinha wishes to take it out. It was just from the left of centre, and Ferran Torres just over the crossbar in the end. So the game is rather petering out, but a very successful evening indeed. And here is Rafinha on a hat-trick just outside the penalty area. He's trying to bring Ferran Torres into play on that left-hand side. Now it's Pedri, and Pedri just pokes it 2 yards to his right-hand side, and Pedri again now for Barcelona. Alejandro Balde is the option on that left-hand side, and Alejandro Balde inside for Barcelona, going past 1 and 2. And Alejandro Balde looking to feed it inside. He does go inside now. Gavi to Pedri. It's all very neat, tidy, all very calm indeed. And it is going to be an opportunity to move the ball forwards once again on the right-hand side, Barcelona. And there's no question that Hansi Flick deserves an enormous amount of credit here, an enormous amount of credit for what he's done to really knit this Barcelona side together. I mentioned the ages earlier, and just that kind of quality that they've got in terms of the maturity that some of their young players have, experience, of course, of Robert Lewandowski. It's really special, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I mean, think about the Copa del Rey semi-final coming up, the second leg of that Copa del Rey semi-final. really is so much to play for this season. Very good in the Champions League. Very good indeed. Just wonder if really could go on and do the treble this season. Certainly they've got the squad to do it. A little bit of luck along the way, of course, but it is Barcelona in possession once again. I think certainly if you're talking about luck, you look at the draw, and of course whoever wins between Borussia Dortmund and Lille in that second leg in France, it'll be a difficult tie, but to go into a quarter-final and avoid an Arsenal, a Liverpool, the Madrid clubs, PSG, Bayern Munich, Inter, it absolutely would have taken them, I think, from Hansi Flick's perspective. And the fact is that Barcelona's route to the final could include beating Benfica, beating maybe Borussia Dortmund, and then the semi-final against Inter Milan or Bayern Munich possibly. Benfica inside the penalty area, effort on goal, cannons off a Barcelona body, and deflection on the final strike wide, and now to play for a corner. Benfica need 3 goals in 14 minutes. If it does happen, you're about to experience 14 minutes of the most astonishing football you will ever see. So this corner kick for Barcelona. Well, there's actually a check going on here for a potential penalty. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a penalty for Benfica, I should say. It is just going to be a corner. I mean, the arm's so tight to the body, I don't think they're going to give a penalty for that. And it is Barcelona 3, Benfica 1. And the corner kick floated in for Benfica. The header is wide of the uprights, and Benfica will try and come again on that right hand side, but it's all been a little bit in vain. All the action really came in the first half. There was crazy good moments from a Barcelona perspective. I mean, the goal, of course, from Lamine Yamal we talked about a lot after the game, but certainly I think the all-round player Rafinha, the quality, the swagger of Pedri, the left-back Alejandro Balde, absolutely magnificent, no doubt about that. Corner kick for Benfica swept into the penalty area, up to the edge of the penalty area. Strike goal is easily cleared by Barcelona, and now Benfica will seek to try and build again and make things happen. It is collected now on the left-hand side by Barcelona, however, and Alejandro Balde's just gone through the gears and he's inside the centre circle. I mean, he's comfortably the most exciting left-back of world football, I think, Alejandro Balde, because now you've got the left-back in the right wing position. That's the kind of quality he has. Lamine Yamal is with him. Lamine Yamal gathered now by Barcelona on that left-hand side, and Igor Martinez feeds it to Rafinha on the left-hand side, and Rafinha off to Araujo. It's now gathered by Pedri. Pedri skips past 1 and 2, and Pedri just feeds it to the right-hand side once again. And Barcelona will come away with the ball. Barcelona have the ball now on the left-hand side, and Alejandro Balde flicks it long, looking for Ferran Torres. Can't quite find Ferran Torres, and so it is gathered by Sanchez for Benfica. Benfica now on the edge of the penalty area, and still Sanchez cuts inside, will get his shot away, Willie. Sanchez now will take the striking of goal, but he hammers it over the crossbar for no one. Well, very frustrated actually there. So too was his coach actually on the touchline, because he did the first part really well. Good physicality and balance, neat feet as well, but came to the finish, just couldn't quite find the target. So, Barcelona 3, Benfica 1. 10 minutes of the 90 left to play. 10 minutes left for Benfica to produce one of the biggest miracles in the history of the Champions League, if they could score 3 goals in 10 minutes. I mean, Liverpool scored 3 goals in 6 minutes against AC Milan in the 2005 final. So, it's possible with a Barcelona gonna ready another couple of substitutions. It's going to be Fermin Lopez to come on, and Marc Casado is also coming on. So the 21-year-old Casado is coming on, and the 21-year-old also Fermin Lopez coming on now for Barcelona. And that is the end of the night for Lamine Yamal, who applauds everyone inside this ground. I mean, you really cannot overstate how good this young man is. It's an astonishing goal. It's a lovely assist too for the first, and every time he gets the ball, he's one of those footballers, whether you're watching on TV or you're watching inside the ground, it's just one of those footballers that just gets you on the edge of your seat. And that's surely why we all watch the sport. So De Jong and Lamine Yamal coming off. It's a hug from Hansi Flick. Held towards the edge of the penalty area, and it is gathered now on the right hand side by Benfica. Chance now for Benfica on the right hand side. They've won their side a corner on that right hand side, trailing as they do by 3-1. I think Benfica reflect back on this tie. Of course they're going to look to them with the first leg, aren't they? I mean, only natural really, I think, to look at that and appreciate how the numerical advantage for such a long period is still not managing to at very least draw the game and take parity to Spain. It'll be a source of immense frustration for them. In possession on that right hand side, and it's looped up towards the back post. Will it be kept alive now inside the penalty area by Benfica? No, it won't, because Barcelona have bodies there, and the whistle has gone anyway because the flag was up. So just petering out a little bit really. Barcelona 3, Benfica 1 on the night. 4-1 on aggregate. 7 minutes of the 90 left to play. And Barcelona have been in cruise control for the duration of the contest, really. For the first moment, they just looked to be a side completely in control, absolutely dominated proceedings, and really reflective of what we've seen in La Liga this season, what we've seen from them in the Champions League. Hansi Flick has got a well-oiled machine with bags of quality, plenty of excitement, I think, in this Barcelona side as well. That's always been like that in recent years for Barcelona, but you look at the quality that they've got now. Excitement of Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski, 36. There's a season or two left. I mentioned earlier the fact that so many rumours in the local media in Spain about Alexander Isak for Barcelona, and I think Benfica will obviously have to move on from this result. Win 3-0 the weekend in Benfica. They are 3 points behind Sporting Lisbon, but they do have a game in hand in the Primeira Liga in Portugal. This is Porto in third spot, so you do just wonder about this Benfica side, and Sporting Lisbon at the top of the table. I mean, there's big fixtures to come in the title race, no question about that for Benfica. I think it's said that Benfica have an easier run in terms of that run against Sporting Lisbon. So interesting to see how their title race pans out, certainly for Barcelona. I mean, they are favourites to win the La Liga title, but Madrid pretty close to them. It is Barcelona top of the table though, the game in hand as well. Benfica take their corner kick on the left-hand side. A goal now would surely just be a consolation. Sanchez tried to wheel it into the penalty area from that left-hand side, couldn't quite do so. I think Benfica just want to get to the 90-minute mark now and get back to Portugal, because this time this game is well beyond them. And the ball has been balls towards the back post. An opportunity to feed it back in towards Otamendi. Otamendi with a little swivel. Otamendi will keep it alive. Otamendi does hang out the cross. There is the header, and Szczesny does just gather by his feet. And the former Arsenal and Juventus goalkeeper has actually played really well tonight. Decent stops, no question about that. And Szczesny just gathers the ball. Interesting to see when Barcelona to the rebound Camp Nou. I mean, suggestions have been towards the end of 2025 rather than the start of next season. We'll wait to see. Barcelona in possession then, just seeing this game out in an uneventful second period, if truth be told, after what was an explosive opening 45 minutes of football. Saw Rafinha score a couple of goals, Lamine Yamal get a goal, Otamendi scored for Benfica as well. Forward come Barcelona now, and a chance for number 4, and it was Ferran Torres initially, and now the ball is out of play for a corner kick for Barcelona on the right hand side. It was a little bit messy from Benfica defensively inside the confines of the penalty area, and did really well, did Ferran Torres in the end, just to get a strike away. There's going to be another substitution now for Barcelona, and wait to see who's coming off it. Well, there's going to be Martinez to come off and Eric Garcia to come on in his place, so this is real typical of Hansi Flick, really. Just giving quite a few youngsters a go in terms of the last 15-20 minutes here, just 3 minutes to the 90 left to play now, so not going to be too long for Eric Garcia, whose contract is expiring at the end of the season. It is going to be a corner kick which is floated into the penalty area. Barcelona are complaining about one or two things, because it's going to push and shoving inside the area, and now an opportunity for Barcelona to feed it into the area. So it's going to be taken left-footed from the right-hand side. 88 minutes on the clock, and Barcelona are seeking a 4th goal in the game and a 5th in the tie. And in comes the corner kick from Rafinha towards the back post. Benfica are there, trying to get there, trying to clear their lines. Can't quite do so. Barcelona will reprocess the ball on the left-hand side. Ferran Torres with a touch, and Barcelona wanted a handball, and he's going to pull it back. Yes, he is. It's a free kick to go inside the Benfica half. It is Barcelona 3, Benfica 1, and really the highlights package for this game will very much be the first half, because that's when all the magic happened. That's when we saw a lovely goal from Lamine Yamal. That's when Rafinha got a couple of goals, and Barcelona could have scored far more, actually. That moment for Otamendi is scant consolation, really, for Benfica to take back to Barcelona. But take it back they will. So it is Barcelona 3, Benfica 1. The score. It's going to be swept in to the penalty area. It's gathered now on the right-hand side by Benfica. Barcelona biting into the challenges. It's all a little bit scrappy, all a little bit messy at the stage. You can completely understand why, because the tie is done and dusted. Barcelona will face the winner of the game between Lille and Borussia Dortmund, which is one apiece after that first leg, and that game will be played tomorrow night. Barcelona, no doubt, very interested to see how that one ultimately pans out in terms of the here and now and the short term. There are some big games this week. It's a big game for tonight, of course. Bayer Leverkusen, Bayern Munich, which will play around about 25 minutes time. Inter Milan home against Feyenoord, and Liverpool home against Paris Saint-Germain. Dominated that first leg, and it was the ultimate smash and grab by Liverpool and Harvey Elliott after a string of astonishing saves from Alisson to keep Liverpool in contest. So it is Barcelona 3, Benfica 1, approaching the 90-minute mark. Can't imagine we'll have too much time added on at the end of the 90 minutes. gathered now by Benfica on the left-hand side. Just 2 additional minutes at the end of the 90. And Benfica now with an opportunity, but Szczesny was out. Starting position, more Arsenal man. He's up again, and I think there's something that Benfica will take from this game. I mean, it is a colossal amount of offsides, really. Barcelona's line's been so tight, it's been so high, it's been so unison. And the final minute or so of the game, Szczesny's just asking for the ball back. And so it will be an opportunity for Szczesny to knock the ball away. Szczesny is going to do just that. Final moments then of the 90 minutes, and Barcelona masterclass really from minute 1 to minute 90. Yes, Otamendi scored for a bit of a consolation as this turned out to be for Benfica, but I mean, in a really impressive Barcelona display across the 2 legs, because in the first leg, of course, they were down to 10 men and did so well in terms of managing the game and taking a lead to Catalonia for the second leg. And then the second leg's just been a demonstration of what this Hansi Flick team is in terms of the quality, the way he just allows Rafinha, Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, Robert Lewandowski to express themselves. The fullbacks bombing on, and there's the control in the centre of the park with Pedri and De Jong. I mean, this Barcelona side is going to take some stopping. Yes, they're going to play better sides than they've faced over the course of 2 legs against Benfica. That might not come in the game between Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund or Lille in the next leg. But Barcelona are through to the quarter-finals of the Champions League. 3-1 winners on the night, 4-1 on aggregate. In truth be told, an absolute stroll for Hansi Flick's men. Barcelona will take some stopping in the Champions League this year. All time, Barcelona 3, Benfica 1. Barcelona 4-1 winners on aggregate.
you.